let's discuss about the topic Ayush Suraksha. So Ayush Suraksha is a national level pharmacovigilance program for ASU and H drugs, that is Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani and homeopathy drugs, and it's under the Ministry of Ayush, the Government of India. Coming to the structural framework of this program, it's as shown on this slide. So it's a three-tier system. The first level is the National Pharmacovigilance Coordinator Center, and it's located in the All India Institute of Ayurveda, New Delhi. And second one, there are 5 intermediary pharmacovigilance centers, 2 for Ayurveda, 1 for Unani, Homeo and Siddha. So for Ayurveda, it's located in National Institute of Ayurveda, Jaipur, and IPGTRA, Jamnagar. And in case of Unani, it is National Institute of Unani Medicine in Bangalore, and in homeopathy it is located in the National Institute of Homeopathy in Kolkata, and for Siddha it's located in the National Institute of Siddha in Chennai. And coming to the last and the third tier are the peripheral pharmacovigilance center. So according to the slide, there are 64 peripheral centers, but now at present it is nearly 100 peripheral pharmacovigilance center. So all this comes under their respective intermediary centers. This Ayush Suraksha program has mainly two objectives. The first one is about adverse drug reaction. So reporting and documentation of ADR, and the next one is reporting the misleading advertisements. So these ADR and misleading advertisements which are seen in ASU and H drugs. Moving to the main concept of pharmacovigilance. So what does this pharmacovigilance mean? So the word pharmacovigilance is a combination of two words, that is Greek and Latin. The pharmakon word, which means medicinal substance, that is any medicinal drugs, and vigilia, to keep watch, that is continuous monitoring of the action of any drugs in order to prevent the adverse drug reactions. So as per WHO, it's a science used to detect or assessment of any particular drug to prevent the adverse, it's not only drug, it can be also a vaccine to prevent its adverse drug reaction. There is a definition for ADR, that is adverse drug reaction, as per WHO technical report number 498. According to this, if you are giving a medicine for the purpose of prevention, or for the purpose of diagnosing a disease, or for the treatment purpose, or to change any physiological function of a person, in any of these cases, if the response of the drug is noxious in turn something dangerous, then we call that adverse then we call it as an adverse drug reaction, because this is something that we does not intend to be. So the unintended response is called as adverse drug reaction. All medicines are not meant for everyone. Even in cases, some medicines can cause adverse reaction in some people, and these adverse reactions may be like from mild headaches and to some serious conditions, like it can even cause death. The ADRs which result in death, we call them a serious adverse event or serious adverse reaction. So in this case, in this conditions, the patients require hospitalization, or the existing hospitalization period can be prolonged. So here the patient may result in persistent disabilities, or it may be like life threatening for that patient. Moving to the history of pharmacovigilance program. Today, all over the world, under the guidelines of WHO, every nation has a pharmacovigilance program. The main reason to start this program is a drug called thalidomide. We call it as thalidomide tragedy 1962. Initially, this thalidomide drug was marketed in Germany, and it was a sedative drug for the purpose of sedation. But later on, this thalidomide drug was used to treat nausea, or it's been given for the morning sickness in pregnant women. Soon this thalidomide drug became an OTC drug, over the counter drug. Patients started consuming this drug without any proper doctor prescription. In one side, the business of thalidomide drug is rising super duper, but on the other side, in Germany, nearly at that time 5,000 to 7,000 infants were born without limbs. and we call this condition as phocomelia, absence of proximal part of the limbs. Under serious research, it has been found that this thalidomide is responsible for the condition called phocomelia. So the pregnant women who consumes thalidomide to treat their nausea, they resulted in delivering a baby without limbs. So this thalidomide tragedy is responsible for the formation of national or international pharmacovigilance program all over the world. In India, the pharmacovigilance program was established in 2003 under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Soon the next year, 2004, WHO emphasized that even the traditional system of medicine should be included in the pharmacovigilance system. As per the WHO guidelines, there is a national pharmacovigilance program for ASU and H drugs was started. The work started since 2005, but a proper program was started in the 2018 under the ministry. It's all been funded under the Ministry of Ayush. We always think that the herbal medicine is a purest form of medicine. And what is the need of pharmacovigilance in this traditional or herbal system of medicine? Today, the traditional system of medicine like Ayurveda, Siddha, or Unani, it's been practiced beyond India. So, we are in the era of globalization. So, the concerns of clinical safety will also be raised at the same time. And in Ayurveda, we are using many toxic plants as drugs to treat diseases after proper processing of those plants. We all have a misconception that natural origin are always safe. No, it's like not like that. Each Ayurvedic drug has its own indication as well as contraindication. So a particular drug is not suitable for everyone, and Ayurveda is a tailor made and it's not a ready made. There is also a misbelief among everyone of us that for a herbal system of medicine, only if you're taking it for a longer period, it will be efficient. No, it is absolutely wrong. Here, there is a reference quoted for the a drug called Gugulu, Comnifera mucul. Here it's mentioned if you're taking Gugulu for a prolonged period, it will result in conditions like clivium, shosham, timiram, Karshya Moha Adhisara. So these are the illness which can be caused by Gugulu if you're taking it for a longer period. And there are chances for drug interactions, and even ADA can be caused due to the adulteration of any other chemicals such as corticosteroids or any NSAIDs. Today we have moved beyond the tradition, that is apart from classical system of medicines we also have many pattern drugs. So GMP, good manufacturing practices, is also very much essential or important for the drug quality while processing the drug. To reduce the practice of OTC, that is the over the counter drugs without doctor prescription, the patient are allowed to buy certain drugs. So to prevent that, pharmacovigilance is much important. So I have seen many points. The need of pharmacovigilance in the traditional system of medicine is also equally important. What can be reported as ADR? So all suspected ADRs can be reported. Suspected ADR in sense any adverse drug reaction which causes death, or if it is life threatening, or if it allows the patient for hospitalization, or causes any disabilities in patient or any congenital abnormalities, we call it as adverse drug reaction. So serious adverse event that can be reported. And also if any drug which lack of effects are seen, it can be reported. Drug resistance, drug interactions, drug dependence, and drug abuse all can be reported as ADR. So, who can report? Any healthcare profession, doctors, pharmacists, nurses, the frontline workers, the healthcare workers can report. And where to report? The all the pharmacovigilance center, the peripheral, intermediary, and national centers, everywhere we can report. And also in website, that is ayushraksha.com, for the and for Ayurveda, Siddha, and Unani homeo drugs, we can report in this portal also. So this is the reporting format. We must include all the patient details, the details of the ADR, and if the patient have any past illness history and the list of drugs, the name of the drug, the manufacturer details, the dose, duration, and the form of administration. And attached to that, we can also input some laboratory investigation reports that the patient is having, and the details of the management of suspected ADR. So what we did for curing or treating that ADR. This is the reporting format of ADR. So next, the main objective of pharmacovigilance program, that is Ayush Suraksha, is reporting and monitoring the misleading advertisements. If any advertisements which falsely describes a product or gives false guarantee or conceals important information, it all comes under the misleading advertisements. There is an act called Drugs and Magic Remedies Act 1954. So according to this, uh, for certain conditions, the advertisements is prohibited. The conditions are like the miscarriage in women. So if anything, being advertisement saying that it can prevent the consumption or procure the miscarriage, it should not be. It is prohibited. Such advertisement should not be published. And improvement of the sexual pleasure of human beings, any drugs, it should not be published. And the correction of menstrual disorder in women. So if you are seeing any advertisement saying that if you consume this drug, your PCODs will be completely cured, so such advertisements are prohibited. According to the Drug and Magic Remedy Act, there are nearly 80 diseases or ailments in which prevention or cure should not be claimed. The pictures you see in the slides are some of the misleading advertisements. And the misleading advertisement reporting format is as follows. We have to report the product name, the advertisement details, and who is advertising. So the advertiser details and also the medium of advertisement, like whether it is on the social media or any websites like that, and the reference detail. If you are seeing something on the newspaper, you can take the copy of the ad. Whether you are seeing in any online platform, you can just copy the link and the date, and also the violated section, that according to the act, like Drug and Magic Remedies Act, the copy of the ad should be reported. At this time, to the audience, I would request that if you come across any areas in your clinical practice or in common public, or you see any misleading advertisements, please don't ignore it and don't fear for any legal actions. Everything is confidential here, so you are welcome to report if you see any suspected areas and misleading advertisements. So silence is not always golden. Speak ahead and report areas. So thank you all.